In Norse mythology, the realm of gods and men was not the only one to exist. Hidden deep within the cold, untamed wilderness were creatures of terror, born from primordial forces. These monsters embodied chaos, disorder, and destruction, constantly threatening the balance upheld by the gods. Among the most feared of these were the Jutnar, or giants. They were not merely large in stature, but represented the untamed elements of nature: frost, fire, and the wild. Though they were frequently at odds with the gods of Asgard, they shared a distant kinship, having originated from the same primordial being Ymir, whose body was used by the gods to craft the world. The frost giants, or Hrimthursar, resided in the desolate land of Jotunheim. There, ice and snow reigned supreme. They were beings of bitter cold, their very breath capable of freezing anything it touched. It was said that they thrived in the harshest of conditions, growing stronger as the winds howled and the temperatures plummeted. Their mere presence could turn fertile land into a frozen wasteland, draining warmth from the earth itself. The frost giants were known for their fierce hatred of the gods, particularly Thor, who wielded his hammer Mjolnir against them in many brutal confrontations. Yet, despite their enmity, there were times when the gods needed to ally with these giants, for their knowledge of the ancient world was unmatched. Equally as terrifying were the fire giants, led by the formidable Surtur. These beings resided in Muspelheim, a realm of fire and lava. The fire giants were not merely bringers of heat, but of destruction on an apocalyptic scale. Surtur, their leader, was destined to play a crucial role in Ragnarok, the end of the world. In this final battle, he would wield his flaming sword, setting the world ablaze and reducing it to ashes. The fire giants represented the raw, unchecked power of destruction, a force that even the gods could not contain forever. Other creatures also haunted the myths, such as the mighty Fenrir, a monstrous wolf born from the trickster god Loki. Fenrir was no ordinary beast. He was a harbinger of doom. Even as a pup, his strength terrified the gods, leading them to bind him in unbreakable chains, forged with the help of dwarves and imbued with magic. But Fenrir's destiny could not be avoided. At Ragnarok, it was prophesied that he would break free, devour the god Odin, and wreak havoc upon the world. His ravenous hunger and unrelenting power made him a symbol of inevitable destruction. Jormungandr, another of Loki's monstrous offspring, took the form of a massive serpent. Known as the Midgard serpent, Jormungandr was so large that it encircled the entire world, biting its own tail. The serpent lay dormant in the ocean's depths, but his presence was always felt, causing earthquakes and tsunamis. Like Fenrir, Jormungandr was fated to rise during Ragnarok, when he would battle Thor, leading to the deaths of both the serpent and the god of thunder. Hel, the third of Loki's monstrous progeny, was a figure not of physical strength, but of spiritual terror. She ruled over the realm of the dead, specifically those who did not die in battle. Half of her body appeared living, while the other half was that of a corpse, reflecting her dominion over both life and death. Those who entered her domain never returned. Her cold, indifferent nature embodied the finality of death itself. These creatures were not mere villains in the mythology, but represented larger concepts: entropy, chaos, the inescapable forces of nature and fate. They existed outside the orderly world that the gods tried to maintain, constantly challenging their authority. Yet, in the end, their presence was essential to the balance of the cosmos. The gods themselves, with all their power, were not eternal, and the monsters of Norse mythology were the living reminders of the inevitable end that even the gods could not escape.